Oh, Professor Utonium was the one who created the Powerpuff Girls. Of course. How silly of me. Ah. Supposed to be Kalecgos or Sindragosa, but I just saw her model. That was not her model. Wow, yeah, this definitely has Grizzly Hill vibes, though. Very Wrath of the Lich King reminiscent, ain't it? Which is not surprising, considering the whole Nexus was in Wrath of the Lich King.
Hang in there, Hanu. You're no good to Noruk dead. Noruk.
Okay. So, we need the Tuskarrs. The Tuskarr are very old creatures of the land. They should tell us more about the ley lines and where we can find these places we can fix.
I have many things that might interest you.
We tried to find a leader in the camp, but as we found out, they were on like a funeral caravan and en route, they have been attacked.
Ah, a new story to hear.
These events could make for a captivating story, yeah.
Oh, your wares may be better than mine.
Shall we work together?
Hanu is not
Watch
feeling
yourself.
too great. And over here
Let's
we have
swap
Oppa.
stories again soon.
Oppa and Tika. If a Knoll tried to fight me, I'd stomp them like this. Hi-ya! That's right.
Let's trade again soon.
Okay.
It's always good
You
to
must be
meet
Brenna.
someone new.
I...
This is no time to chat. Our caravan was ambushed by gnolls. They took half my people, and many left are seriously wounded. We can talk once my brothers and sisters are safe.
Okie dokie. Guess we got some work to do. They hit us fast and took everything that wasn't nailed down.
No more waiting. I must save Noruk.
Hanu, wait!
Oh no. They're dead.
Please,
They are
stranger.
so dead.
I'd appreciate any help you can offer us.
Okay.
Next time,
the Knolls have
I'll
attacked our
bring
caravan.
soup.
To have any hope of recovery was stolen, they must be slain. And bring me their traps, because, you know, that's no way to live in these hills. And the funerary offerings have been desecrated.
Be on your guard. There's nothing so cunning and cruel as a shade-paw gnoll.
But troll? There are no trolls here.
Of course, Elder.
I mean, I guess they're supposed to be Kalecgos or Sindragosa, but... I wonder if that toy is different if you use it on a different race, because it might just be me that they're trying to portray there. Now, I know what you're gonna say, not every human is the same, but... like, they look like my character.
Need more hyenas!
Okay, that... little bit over the top, but we'll take it. Why not? And Knolls seem to be an Elder race too, like they've always been here. Kinda. These Knolls stole a magical artifact. Help me get it back. Uh-oh. Bad Knolls. Bad Knolls. Godilla. Hello there. They munching. They crunching. Yeah, that trinket still does so much damage. Awesome. There's the Knoll that stole the artifact. Fuck him up. We'll say the new Knoll model, very sexy. Very expressive as well. Fine work. I'll get this artifact back to safety before anyone misuses it. Okay. How you doing today, Godilla? You having a good day? A couple traps. Don't get into traps yourself. Do I actually have upgrades for the dragon riding? No. I need 3 of those. I only got 1. Womp womp.
Trip you!
Trap you!
What in the Sims music is happening right now? Why does it sound like I'm building myself my first home? Would you like to buy a refrigerator? Ah, there we go. Back into the Grizzly Hills. Thank you. Should make myself a sandwich in a moment as well.
Watch your step.
Forevermore, the hardest thing to do. Keep up with your eating while streaming. Because you just want to keep going. You just want to play, you know? Yeah, I'm in the build menu right now. Mealtime. How about you? Home office. And since I don't play WoW, I'm glad to enjoy it with you all. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I've been pondering, like, do I want to record some stuff on or off stream? But, nah, I've made it. We got the mission. All right, we got the mission. Main story, side story, all of it's going to be on Twitch. So that people could just watch the VODs if they want to. They can see reactions to it. They can experience the full story. And keep up what's happening in the game. And I just hope that I can provide a little bit of context as we go along the way. Like, especially when you meet characters like Cinder the Ghost and people are like, do we know this and this? And I can give a bit of background. Yeah, that makes me very, very happy. Bakra the bully. No bully.
Tasked one suffer. Now you suffer.
You were shooting at your own little friends? Wow. You are a bully. When did I start playing WoW? Is it in Cataclysm? No. Classic.
Fun.
I and a buddy of mine have been playing Star Wars Galaxies over summer. And he showed me the classic trailer and he was like, yo, this is coming out. Would you like to go ahead and try it? And my first reaction was like, nah. I just spent a full summer playing a video game. I don't want to do that again. Play a video game for like a summer. That's a lot of time. At the time, I had no idea what Warcraft was. Never played Warcraft 3. Never read any books or anything. I just saw that trailer. I saw the cutscene. And I was like, whoa, that looks cool. That looks super cool. Expecting that the little... so the reason why I actually chose Hunter was because of that cutscene. Because in the cutscene, what happens is the Tauren fights with the Hunter and he sends out his bear. And then the Tauren has to deal with the bear before getting to the Hunter. And in my mind, that was like, oh, that's a great benefit. If I'm fighting against people that have to deal with my pet before they can get to me. Obviously, that's not how it worked, but in my mind, it did. And that's how I got into Classic WoW. And at first, I did not even enjoy the game that much. The first time I logged in on my little Night Elf character, I thought, wow, this is shit. I don't like the shiny colors. I don't like the design. I don't like the gameplay. I got like one ability to use. This is rather shit, ain't it? But for some weird-ass reason, like after playing it for half an hour, it started itching in the back of my mind. And I was like, what about if I just play a little bit longer? So I played for an hour, and I played for 3 hours. And before I knew it, I played for a week and a month, and I had guildies and I had people to chat with till like 5 in the morning. And then I was addicted to Warcraft for 24/7. Hey! We played Classic for a full year. Fantastic. Howling in the Big Hills. There's another Knoll leading, more terrifying than the other ones. We got some new pants.
I got this.
A new transmog for the beasties.
See you soon.
Congrats on getting the traps done. And here are your funeral offerings.
So long.
Slavered in slobber. They will have to suffice for the chieftain's memorial. There you go.
Brenna, you came. I see you've been busy. Norak and the others, they're in the den. Kargpa is in there. And all these sickly gnolls.
Slow down, Hanu.
Going
Tell
too
me
fast.
everything.
Oh, snap. Track to capture Tuskarr, including my husband. Noruk doesn't always look out for his own hide, so go rescue him. Keep an eye out for the supply containers, because we need our stuff back.
I'm
Gnolls,
glad we met, friend.
We're figuring out, by the way, that the Gnolls are
Your
using
help
something that
is
they call decay.
greatly appreciated.
Go kill the leader. He carries a strange totem that seems to twist his very essence.
I will go with you.
No, Hanu. I will not lose you to Kargpaw. Our newfound friend is quite skilled. Trust in them.
Yeah, trust in me. Any plans on updating old lore videos? Yes, but it's very much a matter of when I got the time for it. Or like do an addition to it, or go further. Like that's, if I've done the major story, it's usually on the back burner where I do want to do updates, but it's definitely something on the agenda. Anything else that I really liked on Blizzard? I'm actually a big fan of Hearthstone, Goskaya. I don't, not the latter part of it, although when it was first released, I used to play like the Frost Giant deck, which was amazing. So what you would do, right, is you would lower your health in Hearthstone, have a trap ready called Ice Block so you wouldn't die, and then with low health you could drop giants on the field and just instantly obliterate your opponent. It was great. But that was about the only time that I really enjoyed ladder. Beyond that, I've really gotten into Battlegrounds. Hearthstone Battlegrounds, Hearthstone Adventure, stuff like that. I like that game. I enjoyed Heroes of the Storm for what it was, especially since I'm not like a League of Legends player. For me, Heroes of the Storm was a more accessible MOBA. But the toxicity, or I should say the competitiveness of playing online.
You saw right through my feign death. I learned it by studying the local Vorquin. I'll make my escape like a slippery ottock. My eternal thanks for the timely rescue.
Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, like the online thing, I felt like I was more of a burden to people than actually playing the game, and I just did not enjoy it. So I stuck with playing against the AI. That was fine. I like the heroes, I like the abilities. It was fine. I played with friends. Overwatch, when it first launched, as everybody else in the world, I got massively into Overwatch, like insanely so. Fantastic game at the beginning, but I ran into the same problem, which is competitiveness online. When you're not that good at video games like I am, you just feel like a burden to other players. So I stuck with my friends, and again, I had a wonderful time just playing with friends. Just turn off communications and you're A-okay. Warcraft, of course, Warcraft 3. Great. I tried Diablo 2 because everybody was like, oh my god, Diablo 2 was amazing. I wasn't able to get into it. It didn't age well, in my humble opinion. I enjoyed Diablo 3, but only once, playing through the campaign. Beyond that, I was unable to hold my attention. Sir Holland, thank you very much for the Prime. And then StarCraft. I didn't play StarCraft 2 until we did it on stream. And on stream, oh my god, I'll never forget that. I have been drinking, I've been playing StarCraft all day long. Things got a little bit loopy at the end. It got a little bit loopy, it got a little bit away from me. But I enjoyed StarCraft for what it was. So going through the campaign was kind of cool. I still need to do the Nova missions at some point, but that kind of slipped into it. Gonna be playing Diablo 4. Yes, with an asterisk. Like, they've done Diablo Immortal on mobile. If Diablo 4 is going to be extremely heavy on, like, in-game shops, like, who knows how Diablo 4 is going to be, right? Like, if they're going to do Diablo 4 like they did Diablo 3, I'll be more than happy to play it. But if they're going to do more focused on, like, an in-game market, for example, or micro cells and shit like that, I'm not down with it. I hate... And it's not Blizzard themselves. It's gaming in general that's just become that way. Where they no longer sell you full games. Instead, you gotta buy, like, fucking subscription passes. Cosmetics that are constantly being sold. Patches that are just being ripped out of the game and being sold separately to you. It's just gaming in general has just become... You know, it feels to me like you're no longer getting the full package in it. So, while I'm definitely curious about Diablo 4, I'm curious how it's going to release, right? And we'll see in that regard. Yeah, like, oh yeah, for Dragonflight I don't mind. Like, Dragonflight, you pay for the game, you get your enjoyment. Like, in WoW, as of yet, I don't care them putting mounts in the store. There's still plenty of mounts to collect in-game. I would very much appreciate if they could actually up the quality of in-game mounts. And of course, it's better if you could earn it in-game, but when it comes to World of Warcraft, you can actually earn gold and turn it into currency. So, it's not that grievous in my humble opinion.
Rat you! Tusked ones!
Here, they're dealing with a bit of, they got decay magic going on. And decay magic seems to be in line with like necromantic rotting magic, or perhaps more the Drustvar corruption druidic magics. Either way, things are being a little bit corrupted. They put effort into the store and not the in-game mounts. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it would be great if they could actually update the in-game mounts as well. But then if I look at the dragon mounts, I quite like those. And the customization it offers. Like, for me, I got invincible, so I don't really need any other mounts. Brag, 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 but it's just how it is. I don't want anything else beyond being invincible. I don't care. I really don't.
Rot will spread everywhere. No escape.
But perhaps that also makes it easier for me. Like, I got the one mount that I love dearly, that I have a connection to. So why the hell do I care about anything else that they release? I don't necessarily care that much about Mimron's head. Like, it would be nice for the collection books, just because I've been doing it so much. But that's literally just a time killer. I don't care. I will always use Invincible just because of the story behind it. And if somebody else wants to drop money on a store mount, I don't really care. Gryffindor's mount? Yeah, exactly, right? Like, it's a personal connection to it. And when I look at the mount, again, of course, I would love for them to put everything in the game. But in a way, if you can turn gold into currency, and maybe that would be the solution, is if part of it is like, okay, we'll put the mount in the store. If you want to draw your credit cards, you can pay us $25. And then the other alternative is they put it on the vendor and they calculate like, okay, at this point in time, $25 equals number 5 million gold. You could just buy it from the vendor for 5 million gold. That's in essence the same way, right? But yeah, and same with transmog. I don't care that people walk around with like the cool helmets and shit. My Christmas hat, Ruby. I mean, we are in December. We're definitely looking at like the Christmas decorations, but I, as a proper Dutchman that I am, as Stragio mentions, I'm gonna wait until after the 6th of December. And that's where we're gonna go Christmas decorations. Because we are celebrating the original Saint Nick. The OG racist one. There are other games with store mounts. Miss Kigurumi, thank you very much for the gift to subby. I mean, yeah, Final Fantasy does a lot of the store stuff as well as transmog or whatnot. And they're more forgiving in it. But I think part of that is the mindset just in general. And part of it is that there are already so many mounts in-game with their own unique music and their own... Like, the quality between a store mount and an in-game mount of Final Fantasy XIV is not that drastic. Whereas the difference between in-game mounts and what you can get on the store, for example, during content droughts, they add mounts to the store. And the argument for people is, well, the art team is just working on the next expansion. The artwork is done, so the art team can just work on a new mount. And that's fine, but then... why don't they work on an in-game mount, right? You can, Urban. Yeah, if you give 2 subbies, there will be a pop-up and you got a code. What are those type of hats called in English? Flat cap, I think. Too hot. And what is the average price? I think like 20 or 30 bucks. Something like that. I'd hate for Iskaara to go hungry. Here you go.
What? Goodbye? Yes. All right, then.
You mean the patron saint of prostitutes? Yes, let's go with that one. Yes. Okay, thank you for helping us.
Until next we meet.
Wrinkles her cheeks and shoots Tusky grin at Nurok. Thank you for saving my husband.
Well, hello.
He has glasses, by the way. Look at that man.
Do come see me again.
There you go. Thank you, Icy.
Let's swap stories
Rotten
again
steak of
soon.
pork is troubling due to the cover of the totem. The totem drips with an unnatural, endless, fetid ooze that decays anything it touches. The nauseating stench is unbearable.
Next time, I'll bring soup.
Something has changed, and this totem is behind it. Any upgrades? Ooh, very much upgrade. Nice.
Your help is greatly appreciated.
The car paw is a pawn. He isn't the source of this rot. We must find it before the decay spreads further. The closest Tuskarr presence from here is the trading outpost. Okie dokie.
Let's be off. We will do what we can to aid you once we uncover the source of this rot.
Judging by the Knoll's sudden aggression, I fear for the inhabitants of the trading outpost.
Narok, get out of your head and get a move on!
Yes, coming.
Would I say it's worth the grind of gold to buy the mount transmog from the store? That's entirely up to you, Rose Ruby. Like if you... Like, what I mean by the quality of the mounts is, for example, one of the mounts that I'm very, very happy with that they added in Shadowlands would be the hands, right? Like this hand right here, this was part of a... somewhat of like a secret quest line in which you had to get a couple of items. And I find it really, really cool mount. Like, it does rock, paper, scissors. So somebody else who has the mount, if you time it, you could play rock, paper, scissors with each other. I find that's kind of cool. The design is rather unique. It walks around like this. I'm quite happy with this mount. Or, let's see. God, Hive Mind? Or the Hive Mind, which was like part of... Or the Honeyback Harvester. Like, there's plenty of mounts that they add in-game that are perfectly fine. And then if you... But then if I look at, for example, the Challenger mode... what is that called? Mythic? Nope. Like plenty of... This mount is actually fucking sick as well. Look at this. There's a literal fish that floats inside of its body. It's quite cool. But then if you compare the quality of these mounts to, for example, the recently added Gargantuan Gurlock, which is summoned... Like, you... I don't know if the stream can catch it. You throw out a fishy and then it summons in. It's very much like the dragon mount. Can you see it? So I can understand that people look at this and they're like, yo, where can I get a mount like that in game, right? And it's like, why is that only in the store? You don't actually see the same animations as other players. What? I'm pretty sure I played rock, paper, scissors against players before. Look at him, little dumb Murloc. But then, you know, you come back to the argument of you can convert in-game gold to currency. So that hasn't always been the case, but it is now. So if we revere something like the auction house mount, which goes for like, what, 5 million gold, 10 million gold? You could convert that into what you pay for it on the store, I suppose. But that's entirely, is it worth it or not, is entirely up to you to decide. Like, do you think... spending real money on mounts is worth it? I don't know. Your friends didn't see the same outcome? Oh, that's sad. Alright. Theory video or hope for the future expansion on your main channel, like the War of the Cosmos expansion. It's been a while since we did a speculation video, ain't it? And by now, that's actually rather cool, Koskaya, which I'm quite happy about. Most of my speculation videos, like most of the videos that I've done before, have actually become part of the lineup. Like the Great Dark Beyond with the Legion expansion and not the Shadowlands, no.
I hate being right all the time.
The Azure
I
patch
hate how
and all that.
insufferable you are. All the time.
Shh, loves. Both of you.
Huh. We've gotten kind of close with the speculation, which is kind of cool. Okay, I need to eat, but I also want to go on. So I'll do this quest line, then we're gonna eat. Let me just save this, and then go.
Thanks for your input.
Hey, speak up.
Now, you be careful out there.
We got an injured
Come
one.
speak again soon.
Nah, I'm okay, Radium. I'm still okay.
Yes?
We'll eat in a
What
moment.
is it you need?
And we'll have a big break. I'm gonna eat some sandwiches. I already have my warm meals so that I don't have to worry about cooking during stream, so I can just flop it all together and devour it. They were attacked as well. A
glad
tragedy,
we met,
potentially the first of many
friend.
more. Find out what Akio knows. Okay.
Tell my friend what you told me.
If you insist. Are you a friend?
What happened?
Be careful. They came without warning. Foul-fetid gnolls. The only thing they took was my friends' lives. I'll be dead soon. Like the others. You are not dying.
He's right. You'll pull through, Akyun. We'll escort you to safety.
I'm gonna be dead soon. So sad. Ain't that right, Pooh? And he's like, nah, you're not gonna die.
Hello there.
My map is
We'll
telling me
meet
you're not gonna
again,
die.
I'm sure.
Alright. Side quest here. Excuse me, person. Unkimi.
I have many things that might
Love your
interest
outfit,
you.
Unkimi. Love the fish. Alright, wanna know what's better than a waterfall? There's 2 waterfalls. And the only thing better than that is, well, check out 3 falls to the
I
west
look
of here.
forward to trading again.
And you shall see. Get it? Rindanera. Thank you kindly for subscribing. Welcome, welcome. What day are we living on? Thursday, right? Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. The height of this fall knoll. Ew. It's fetid more so than Karkpaw. Its fur's missing a patches, and what remains is matter with oozing pus. Inspect the corpse further. Ew. Not that far yet, Rose. Nah. I've just been taking it nice and slow. But I'm far enough to not feel like, oh no, I'm running out of energy again. So that's nice. Tuskarr Crossman, hello. There are wicked daggers empty in this corpse. The blades are clearly of Knoll design, but you saw no such weapons with the Shade Paw Knoll. Okay. Got any more bodies? Yes, we do. Covenant talents and spells carry on to Dragonflight. Nope, they do not. But some of them have been turned into talents. So you're seeing me use Divine Toll. That's an option that you could pick. Yeah, I know, Ruby. But recording right now. Getting that story on. Oh no, little bear cub! I'm not even sorry. You asked for it. Claw marks crisscross all along this Tuskarr's back. She was clearly killed while fleeing. Oddly, the fresh wounds have already begun to fester. Urban Sambo 2. Drop it at Sweet Sweet Prime. Welcome. Yeah. I think Protection Paladin has like the Ventfure one as well. So a couple of the Covenant abilities have made it over into the next expansion. It's just a matter of picking them, right? Tuskarr Worker, Tuskarr Child.
Mama says my tusks will be bigger than a
Your mama's a liar. Truly a tragedy, but at least we can follow the clues. We're getting closer to the source of the rot. Meet us at the Brackenhide.
Your help is Noruk and I will find a safe location near Brackenhide. Hanu, please guard the caravan the rest of the way to Iskaara.
You need my protection more.
No, your children do. All of Iskaara does if we are unable to contain this decay. Go home and get yourself a bowl of soup. Rest.
Give the children my love, Hanu.
Fine. Be safe.
Okay, bye. Don't die out there, Brenna Noruk. I won't save you again. Okay, so we leave a little camp behind and we move on. Learn more about the corruption of the decay. Ooh la la. God, they've done a good job with the design though. Whew. Come here. The land itself looks absolutely gorgeous. Come on, Lucky Ducky. Get on my head. Give me some good loot. I'm looking at, like, do I want to use any of the other auras, but the only one I have is the one that works with parties. Don't actually know if the rest of them are talent points now. Not that I mind. Changed it in Shadowlands where they ripped out my core abilities and they made them auras again. I'm like, I was okay with them being passive abilities, but you know, it's fine. Oh, they are, yeah? Ah, okay. Bonus objective done. Get some extra experience. Wow, already halfway to max level. This is insane. What? Hello? What's happening? They're over there. Are you doing RP? Hello?
I can smell the rot on the wind.
You're gonna reach 70 before me? Ooh. It's Nylum. Hello there. Thank you very much for the prime. Hello, Lolo. So, runes are happening here. I think the blue dragon was doing something. Better go fast, Pix. Better go fast now. I'm gonna get there first. Oh my god.
For the glory of the dragons.
I'm in the midst of the most difficult puzzle known to draconic kind. Please, allow me some time to ponder this arcane conundrum in peace. Yeah, okay.
Aspects watch over you.
You won't win? Aw, man. Were we in a competition? Aw, man.
Well now, you're certainly different.
Oh yeah, you asked about, like, where did Velen go? Gods, I'm trying to remember. I mean, the man did a lot of work in Legion. Let's be fair. He took care of Kil'jaeden. He lost his son. And then... Oh, I'm trying to remember. I don't think he did anything about azeroth, right? So I
Next
think Velen
time,
just kind of
I'll
dipped
bring
out, to be honest.
Somewhere around here.
Hi,
Ah,
Kalecgos.
my friend. What a pleasant surprise. And you've made some new friends, I see. Greetings. I am Kalecgos, and I am searching for ley crystal caves. I believe I sense one nearby, and yet...
Ley lines. There is a gleam cove deep within Brackenhide, yes. But the gnolls have made this forest thick with decay.
Kalecgos, oh no.
Decay? Could it have eaten at the ley line itself? Oh, this is dire indeed.
If the gnolls have discovered decay magic, the ley line and the land itself are in grave danger. My mirror images spread too thin to withstand elemental disruption on this scale. Enter the forest and investigate the decay. Okie dokie.
Fly true.
I don't know who you are, mage, but thank you.
I'm just someone trying to help this land heal.
Then our goals are aligned. Investigate the decay, please, and we'll find a safe spot further in.
Alright.
Norak, can you help us slip by the gnolls?
If it's Knolls, I know just the thing.
Oh man. I wish I had like a pretty bush to hide behind. Yo, Kira, dropping it sweet Pritch Prime. And getting us into this hype train? Scamas train? Who knows? Thank you so much, Kira.
Hang in there.
You rot next. Man. What decay magic is gonna be exactly? Is it death magic? For now, decay magic is decay magic, and I need to check out if they actually confirm more of this, because you could attribute it to like death magic, right? You could attribute it to like the body's rotting away and it's dying, but at the same time, you could also attribute it to nature magic, druidic magic, or perhaps emerald nightmare magic, right? Something that we've seen with the Dustvar, or a corruption way in that regard. So, yeah. To be revealed, I suppose. Am I gonna die to this? Ah, most like. We'll find out.
On your left.
On your left? Really? Did you... You went there, huh? Yeah, okay. Back to Meldrax it is. Yo, can we check out? Mm-hmm. Oh, but childish, hello there. Decay in itself is its own cosmic element, in the same circle as earth, fire, water, air, and spirit. Bloated corpse. Ew. Excuse me, what the heck? Is that Is that a bloated rabbit? Oh my god! Catch!
On your left.
Oh. Cool. Thank you, Kalecgos. Have fun out there. 43%. Now again, I don't necessarily need to use bonus systems, but you never know. Might be fun.
On your left.
Yeah. Rot eat us all. That's not my fault.
This is bad, friend. Join us quickly. The decay is out of control.
Yeah. Could come back
They're
later for it, I
infusing an
suppose.
ancient with that rot. It could spread decay around the span faster than a wildfire.
Have the Knolls gone mad? Don't they see what they are doing to themselves?
Wait, you tamed lava slugs as your
It's
pet?
good to see you again.
Wow, I see. A lot of Blizzard developers, main hunters, huh? You don't want to breathe in the decay.
Together, we can achieve
The ley line is
anything.
in there, but first we gotta stop the Knolls. That ancient will be the greatest weapon. Collect ley crystals from Brackenhide outskirts.
All
Okay.
will be well.
You must be
There are
new
Tuskarr in there.
around
We gotta
here.
save the Tuskarr spirits from the decay.
Let's
Okay?
swap stories again soon.
The decay must have rotted the Knolls' brains as well as their bodies. Kill the Knolls and stop them from doing
You're
what they're trying to
just
do.
I'm so sorry to see Tuskarr have been captured and killed here. If only I'd arrived sooner.
Thank you for your kindness. Decay is part of the natural cycle. We all return to the earth. But this is a perversion.
So let's put a
The
stop to
souls
it.
of my kin sense the wrongdoing and linger. We must help them. My totem will reach their spirits. I only hope it is enough to calm them.
You got it, Brenna. Right. Dee-dee-dee-dee. What the? Rose.
On your left.
Please, tell my son Rowie and Iskaara that I love him. And I'm sorry.
Sort of, Gus. Sort of.
If that decayed ancient reaches Iskaara, all of our spears and nets won't be enough to stop it.
I've got your back.
Trying for myself to like partialize the story of Dragonflight so far. So we arrive on Awakened Shores with our main objective to be rebuilding the Oath Stones. In order to rebuild the Oath Stones, we join Rephion and Sibelian at their Obsidian Sanctum, and we actually reforge it, as Deathwing broke his oath, so too did the Pillar Break. And we kicked the crap out of the not very cool creatures. Then with Alexstrasza and her Red Dragonflight, there's of course the Oath Stone of Life. So after some intense battling with the Primalist and Razakev, we help Sibelian bring Black Dragon Eggs back to the fold and just reinvigorate all the different Egg Shrines. Egg Shrines that have been set to be infused with the Titanic power so that they're nice and malleable to the domain of order. Wait, you were about to unleash the good shit. And then you go, Dad's dinner's ready? Wow, okay. So after helping Alexstrasza, we get sent over to the Onara plains where we meet the centaurs. Centaurs have already been there before the union of Zetar and Feridras. Most of those centaur
You're not alone.
fought themselves to extinction, but these on the Dragon Isles, under the guidance of the Spirit of Onara, made their way here to the lands. Different clans, each with their own role. You got the spirit healers, you got the lore keepers, you got the fighters, and the aggressive ones, and the smart ones. And one of the clans actually rises up and allies with the primalists. By allying with the primalists, they kill one of the children of Marifra, even though it doesn't really make a point out of
I
it.
give you my strength, adventurer. Avenge us.
Okay.
Hang in there.
After a whole bunch of events, we fight back against Primalist. The Night Elf gets killed. Even the aggressive Centaur leader gets taken out in Brackenhide Hollow. No, in the dungeon. The something assault. Nockwood assault. And we reinvigorate the Oakstone with Marifra. And her pledge to be friends with the Centaur. Then we are sent over into this here area where we ally with Kalecgos and to get the blue stone going, the blue
got your back.
stone, which only leaves the bronze one for the last zone, I imagine. That's the story so far. Do I like it so far? Yeah, very much so. Yeah, Sibelian is in Burning Crusade. I actually have a short video up on him for the YouTube, but Sibelian is chilling in Outlands, been part of the Burning Crusade questing and beyond the Dark Portal.
We were traveling on the road when the Knolls ambushed us. Take the strength of my spirit to drive them back.
Well, you see, Deathwing has always been a dragon of sound. I don't know if you ever heard about Skrillex, but that was actually Deathwing's visage. So now you know.
Please, don't let this decay spread to Iskaara. It will consume and destroy everything we hold dear.
Freaky Sweet Llama. Thank you very, very much for the 2 months. Love the name. Do I think there will be a civil war?
You're not alone.
Honestly, it could make for some interesting storytelling. So far, Razagev has let Rephion live, right? And Razagev is very much about freedom. And very much about they shouldn't have, like, influenced us. And Rephion's origin goes to the Red Dragons trying to make an uncorrupted Black Dragon. But an uncorrupted Black Dragon they could control. What if Rephion decides to stand with Razagev for a time being rather than against her? How could their point of views line up in that regard? So that could be interesting.
Hang in there.
With the end result being that Ebonhorn becomes the leader of the flight. Could make for an interesting storytelling. Alexa Rook, hello. And those eggs are actually rather interesting, because we know that a whole bunch of eggs on Draenor were magically transformed. I guess they were able to keep these safe from the transformation? Maybe. Oh wait, no, they also have female black dragons, of course. Wait,
You're
no,
not alone.
They can make them. That's where the eggs came from. They've been forking. That's what they've been doing. It ain't that deep. They bring female black dragons, so yeah, they can mate.
And who might you be?
Knolls be fascinating. They're evil. Only wild. They're not evil, they're only wild and very dumb.
We'll meet again, I'm sure.
So, they all chose to lend the power to my totem. Yay, thank you, everybody.
Until next we meet.
We get a transmog and a cloak, which is actually kind of better.
This world is full of wonder.
I'm sorry I can't be more of help. Once we reach the cavern, I'll be able to teleport here
Fly
fully.
true.
Alright.
Fair skies and strong winds.
We must stop that tree. Speak to me when you're ready, and we will stop
Together,
that tree.
we can achieve anything.
I'm ready, Kalecgos.
The Azure archives have a vast collection of magical items. I won't have much control over this, but surely something useful will come out.
Huh. Surely.
Nope, not that. Definitely not that. I'm losing connection. Come on. I think this will do.
Oh my!
Let's do this, friend. Hop on the book.
Yay! I have the
Norganon's
power.
beard, this thing has a temper. Hold on.
There. Now, first take down those shamans holding a barrier around the ancient.
Okie dokie. Neon.
The Ancient is vulnerable. Quickly, throw everything we have at it.
Die, ancients.
It's not enough.
Come, my friends, my family. Help us protect our home.
Excellent. Now to the cave, before more come.
No, you're not allowed to have this as a mount. That would be well OP. Come on now.
Thank you, my friends. Rest now. Karkut awaits.
Okay, bye, friends.
There's magic in everything.
That tree was probably not the only pool of decay, but it was the riskiest one for the Tuskarr in this ley line. With a gone, the area may be able to help recover. Nice. So we get some boots.
Good luck.
Focus yourself on the lake crystal. My connection will help you teleport here physically. The decay has spread into the line itself.
Keep
okay.
safe.
Yeah, I know you got a book from the
How
Mage
can I
Tower, but is
help?
it the same book? Or does it have a different design?
Come back soon.
Oh. Whoa. Kalecg.
I am
Hi,
here.
Kalecg!
Thank you.
So he is flesh and blood after all. We were beginning to suspect you were also some spirit.
I assure you, I am very much alive. Now, hero, destroy those pockets of decay that remain. I'll funnel arcane power back into the rotted part of the ley line. It may just be able to restore its power.
What is this? This shifting of the energy of the earth itself? What power? Just who are you, mage?
I am Kalecgos, dragon, god. Fear me, Tuskarr, and bow down. Get rid of the poop. Get rid of the poop. Get rid of the poop. Do-do-do.
It's done. Thank you for your assistance, all of you. I've placed a barrier around this ley line to ensure it's protected from further decay.
Hey.
Let's leave this place before more of those gnolls descend upon us.
Okie dokie. Oh, there's treasure here, Kalecg. Hang on. There's an explorer's pack here. Right here. Underneath this crystal. Voila. Coming. You'd better not be RPing right now. Where do ley lines originate from? Good question. Don't know if they have an origin or if they were just always there. Perhaps in the realm of let's find a reason for it, you could say that they're like the blood vessels of the Titan spirit that live inside of Azeroth. But with elements like magic, they kind of just seem to have always been there.
I stand with you.
Cool.
All will be well.
Gotcha, Guskaya.
What brings you here?
Love it. Okay, we get to go to Iskaara now. Woo.
I'm glad we met, friend.
I should get back to the Azure archives now. I'm glad I was able to help your people, Brenna.
Nonsense. You must join us as well. Nothing could be more important than a warm bowl of soup after a difficult battle.
Darn
and I
tootin'.
thought you would want to discuss the other Gleam Coves.
Others? You know the locations of more ley lines?
Oh, none so large as the one in Brackenhide, but there are many smaller ones scattered about. I have some maps I can show you once we reach Iskaara.
What do you mean, Mixin? Part of the campaign? His sword is awesome as hell, yeah, but it's not the magical sword I was hoping he would wield, though. Once upon a time, Kalecg actually made like a magical sword that was well cool. The part about ley lines being blood vessels. Oh lordy, was that Chronicles? I think it was Chronicles. And then in Wrath of the Lich King, it was part of the Nexus storyline with drawing in like all the ley lines. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like recently added because they made more of an explanation as to what Kalecgos was doing. I thought arcane magic was chaotic. It's now order magic. Oh, 100% icy. And I'm not necessarily would say arcane magic is chaotic. I would say fell magic is more in the realm of chaotic, ain't it? But you can 100% say that with Dragonflight, they are putting arcane magic in the domain of order. Because a lot of the primalists are like, ew, you use arcane magic, mage? Filthy. Filthy. Get out of here with your Titan influence. Order magic. Yeah, so they're definitely putting arcane magic in that same category. Right, lovely people. I need a toilet run. I need to get some food into my system, and then we'll get back to it. Our energy. Hi, TJ Cross. Thank you very much for gifting us up the Cold Fur. Bunny, or Be Bunny Free. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subbies. We have Fuffy, Narshal, Sapaki, Swanky Tiger, and Loom Dog, as well as your own subscription bunny. Oh, you are incredibly kind. Hello there. And you had your first Olibol Weaver. Yum, 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 yum. Levigosa, you are in just the right zone. We ate 4, sorry, that's 8, but 4 slices of whole wheat bread, 2 slices of cheese, a little bit of cream cheese on there, and 150 grams of turkey. No, right, dirty. I was like, hang on, I'm taking way too much time. I also, in my defense, put out my bin, so I did things that I needed to do. All right, you got my full attention now, chap. No, you don't. Actually, I need to get some blueberries out of the fridge in a moment, but that's okay. That's for later. Raccoon, hello there. Mom and little sister saying hi. 50 months. You are wonderful, Raccoon. Thank you so kindly. Kayvon, enjoy your food. I hope you and the family are doing wonderful. You're gonna make steak sous vide for the first time.
No.
Yeah, alright.
Thank goodness you're safe.
Oh, yes, yes, and I learned much. You see, the decay knows.
The decay... Oh, right.
Yes?
Welcome to Tuskarr Village.
See you soon.
It's frosty, it's chilly, and there's so many quests to be done here. They also got like a feast going on here. And we got Mei Ironpaw, Master of the Pot, together with cookings and whatnot.
Travels.
So they're
May
actually
your
adding
days
old characters
bring you
back
joy.
into the new area. It's quite nice. Steak sous vide is pretty good. Really? You're gonna be off for the year? What do you mean, Kayvon? Where are you going? What? Or do you mean end of the year holiday until like the next year, yeah?
Oh, the day just became more interesting.
Cheese and quackers.
May your catch come swiftly.
I hate it here. Meow. See, you know what this needs? This needs an Avatar reference. We just need a bald child to be slaying off a hill with penguins. That's what it needs.
Hello.
Jari whistles contently. Nuna, Niku.
Wanna fly kites later?
Want to go home.
Okay, bye.
I need my glasses. Holy shit. Ooh, you got 2 weeks booked off, plus Christmas holidays. Nice.
So many possibilities. Ah, a new face.
Ivory Traders Otuk needs Thunderous Ring. Whoa. Cool. So you can craft gear and trade it here for mounts. Yo, that's sick.
Come back for soup.
Eeuw, Red Dwarf, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome, welcome. Raccoon. You're driving in the snow right now. You're heading to work. All right. Good luck at work. Hey.
Let's get this over with.
What are you doing here? I went back into retirement, but once I got a little taste of the ocean air back into my mouth, I couldn't seem to get it out again. This is the one that helped us make the boat better for Azeroth. What?
What can I do for you, friend?
Oh, that's
Well,
cool.
hello there. Lovely day, isn't it?
That's all.
I
Next
love it when they
time,
add little
I'll have even better offerings.
characters that see. Oh, were seemingly forgotten in the past. Yeah. Old Belfair is a boat, I imagine. Not yet, Koskaya. Where does this boat go? Somewhere.
If you're after goods, I have plenty.
I don't know. I have no idea where to go. But steak sous vide, I wonder. I imagine it's very tender, right? But what kind of steak are you using then? Are you just using kogel? Are you using store steak? Like, what's happening? Catch counters, big ass fishes. So of course Tuskarr, we know them mainly from Ralph the Lich King, but Tuskarr have been around for quite a while, and here we see them on the Dragon Isles, still living their ways of the fishies, of the cold, of staying together. Ribeye steak. Ooh. She said, "I'll dig a hole so deep no one will ever find them," and she spends weeks digging and digging and digging. One day, a huge dragon flew by. The gust of wind from the flapping of its great wings was so powerful that it lifted a chunk of land into the sky. That land was where Migu had worked so hard to hide her furs. Now all of those furs were lost to the winds forever. Elder Pao says, "So don't put all your furs into one hole, no matter how secure you think it is."
A fine day for a fine trade. I'll have more for you when next we meet.
Stolen Tuskarr
Pass my
totems. You there, young
stories
one.
along.
Our totems are part of our livelihood. They've been stolen. Get some back for us.
Your tale will be remembered.
Oh, this cooker though. Hey!
Greetings, sir and/or ma'am.
A turtle made it to the water.
Come back with some better stories.
All right. What else you got? So I remember this village just offering
What do you have to trade?
a whole bunch of quests. So I'm just having a look-see around. Arv?
What are you?
I'm sorry for the
Kalecgos.
delay. I'll join you soon. But I think these Tuskarr may have some valuable information.
There's no need for concern. Everything is calm up at the tower. I have it perfectly under control. What a charming town. Why don't you relax a bit? Take it easy for once, Kalecg.
Yes. It's been a while. Please, let me know the moment you need anything. I won't be long.
Knowledge is power. We will find a way through this. Observe and reflect. There is much we can learn here. Nothing up my sleeves. Oh, look. There's a copper piece behind your ear. Ooh. I do parties. In fact, I am the party. Observe and reflect. There is much we can learn here.
I love Khadgar.
Well met, friend. How can I help? I'm glad you've come. I stand with you. This world is full of wonder. Ordinarily, I prefer the company of mortals, but you're pushing it. All the arcane mysteries in the world, and you've chosen me to pester. I can polymorph my target into at least 75 distinct creatures. Which would you like to be? Tangling with an aspect isn't the smartest idea you've come up with, friend. There's magic in everything.
Damn, Kalecg.
It's good to see you again.
Bit hostile, must admit.
If you're after goods, I have plenty.
I am so glad you've come to join us. I must ask you to be patient, however. There's still much prepared for the ceremony.
Your help is greatly appreciated.
You unlock the major faction, the Iskaara Tuskarr. Gather
Next
the family.
time,
Your friend
I'll
Kalecgos wishes to
bring
speak of
soup.
ley lines. While I meet with him, could you gather the final offerings from around the boat alongside dear old Ponoliak? I hope you take a moment to enjoy the town as well.
Let's swap stories again soon.
Thank you for taking this time, Brenna.
It is an honor. Let's have a look at these maps. Tukanet, could you please ensure our guest gets a bowl of soup? Shall we? Nonsense. Look how thin you are. Some eel gut soup will get some much needed blubber on those bones.
What?
Blubber. You need to eat, Kalecgos. You need them gains, buddy. Hoo-ha!
Until next
We cannot thank you enough for your aid and push you back to back 9 holes, but they continue to gather. I feel something terrible is happening in their home. Gather your forces, enter their place, and kill them.
I'm glad we met, friend.
Oh,
Your
I love
help
the
is
Tuskarr so much. They've done such a good job. Like, at first, when they announced the Tuskarr, I was like, I don't feel particularly strong one way or the other. But they've done quite a nice job to add more history, flavor, and just personality to the Tuskarr, and they're just sweethearts.
Perhaps you have a use for these things.
Alright, kill the shark that's been prowling our
May
area.
my wares be useful to you.
I have plenty to offer.
I hear you sell backpacks. Ooh, backpack transmog? Yo. Okay. Cool. Adventure.
May my wares be useful to you.
Come, tell us a tale.
Will they ever be playable? Well, like when it comes to allied races, like I'm a big fan of add more allied races. All the allied races. But it appears that Blizzard wants to focus more on the races that they already have in order to give them more development. But I would be well more up for more allied races. I love them.
Goodness, you're new.
Good reason to level them. You get like a little bit of armor at the end. There's more lore behind them. You learn story. You got a town. And then I don't care if they don't get a massive role in the future. Just let me have some stuff to play, right?
Thanks for your input.
Scampering
Watch
scams.
yourself.
Could you do me and Noruk a favor? Our kids, Nilo and Now, left to play. They know they should be back by now. I'm occupied to find them.
So long.
Yeah, to me, allied races and heirloom armor is just printing money, right? But, yeah.
Welcome.
Keeper of Renown.
Welcome.
Where did I stand with the Iskaara Tuskarr? We have literally just met and
Keep
gotten
the
the totems.
balance preserved. Come back for soup.
Take a moment to familiar ourselves some of the friendly faces around Iskaara. We are a community.
Bring
Get to
more
know our
tales
people.
when next we meet.
Okay. And over yonder is another quest line. There goes the boat. And as you can see, they still very much do the whole using bait to get the boat going. What do I think of shamans this expansion? Well, obviously, the shamans knew that this was coming, right?
Come, settle down for a spell.
They have a very close connection. Kite flyer extraordinaire. Ach, Jezus. Leuk. Do I have a kite? I'm in the wrong zone. Do I have a kite? I have a dragon kite. There you go. I've joined the fun. But the shamans knew there was something was coming. I mean, they have a clear connection to the elements, and they said nothing, right? No warning, no nothing. The primalists have been doing something, and the shamans have kept their mouth shut. Now, I don't mean to cause shit where there's no shit to be caused, right? But that doesn't smell right. Thrall kept his mouth closed. The Earthen Ring kept their mouth closed. Where is Nobundo? Where is the shamans? Where is McGuffin? Nowhere to be found. So, shamans of the Alliance and the Horde. Care to explain? Didn't think so. Matyuk watched how others fished. The flying creature dove from high above, snatched a meal, but that would not do, he could not fly. The swimming creatures chased each other, the larger eat the smaller, but that would not do, he would be wet all the time. But for some creatures floated and did not seek fish, Matyuk thought that would do very well indeed. So now we keep our friends, the giant sea turtles, on the surface with a steering carrot on a stick. They're content, and we do not get wet when we travel the waves. That story was boring! Karantir, thank you much for hooking up Haidiki. Haidiki, enjoyed our first gift
Perhaps
of
you
subby.
have a use for these things.
And who do we think is leading the villains this time around? Well, it started with the Primalist. We got that Tauren, the Grim Totem Tauren. But I honestly, like, I jokingly mentioned Nibiyam, thank you very much for the Prime. I jokingly mentioned Maguffa, but Maguffa would play a great part in this storyline. Because if we look
I'll
at...
have more for you when next we meet.
Like from the Dragfear starting area and the whole release of Razagath, Kurok Grim Totem. Like, they're a Grim Totem. One surprised pupil of Magalfa. This master of the primal elements is preparing to unleash the most devastating creations. If Kurok is not stopped, this entity's storm, fire, ice, and earth will wreak havoc across the whole of Azeroth. So if they're the pupil, then where's the teacher? Where is Magalfa? And we don't know. So she could definitely show up and be like, yo, what up? I'm leading more Primalist, or maybe even in an advisory role, like I've learned my lesson and now we need to stand for Azeroth, or maybe the Elemental Planes could play a part again and we're gonna learn more about the Elemental Lords inside. Like, they could definitely go deeper into those storylines.
Oh, your wares may be better than mine.
I was in the mood to visit an island full of dragons. I mean, to be fair, we can thank the shamans for getting Dragonflight going, so, you know.
I'll put something aside for you next time.
My dearest wife, Paw, is an excellent storytelling, but it's been 30 years and she tells the same ones over and over and over again. Please give her a new story. I want to greater stories about fish. One day, some animals were playing in a mountain lake. A lonely mammoth calf came wandering by and asked to join their fun. But the other animals, they just laughed. But you're so big and hairy, said the turtle. You're so slow, you'll never be able to keep up with us, jeered the Slivern. But then the Otuk ever-friendly chirped, don't listen to them, of course you can join us. Vril, the mammoth calf, leaped in and made a huge splash. A splash so big, it emptied all the lake's water. See, groaned the Slivern, this is why you shouldn't have joined us. The mammoth sagged with sorrow, her trunk in the puddle that remained. It's okay, said the Otuk. I know you just wanted to have fun. He placed a paw on the mammoth's trunk, and the Otuk's paw made the mammoth sneeze. Water came blasting out of her trunk, and all the other animals laughed in delight at the sudden rain shower. Again, called the beaver. The mammoth was surprised, but the Otuk gave a friendly nod, and the animals spent the rest of the day playing in the rain shower that the mammoth joyfully made. Because the Otuk always invited others to play and never turned an unhappy face, the mammoth gave him her tusks in gratitude. The two would always be friends. That story was boring, I love that one. That story was boring, I love that one. Again, that story was boring.
Let's trade again soon.
I've come to tell you a tale, Elder. Hello, everyone. Today we're telling a tale about the greatest fish that anyone's ever caught. I collected all the rarest fish across the many lands, and I crafted them into the most irresistible lure. And I fished up some half seal, half squid thing. It slipped from my hands. Oh no, it suddenly spoke and whispered to me promises of great power. And then I killed and ate it, of course. A wise choice. You are not the most gifted of storytellers. But there is something here, even if you made it all up.
Pass my stories along.
I'll put something aside for you next time.
One day, the notorious fisher Nobbel thought of the new best way to catch fish by standing on their heads. For 3 days, they remained in this pose until finally they caught a seemingly perfect average fish. Hey, these are not my choices. Arriving in Nobbel's hands, the creature slipped from their grip. It thrashed about, and Nobbel, looking equally foolish, floundered around trying to catch it. It took far too long to recapture the creature, and many an onlooker had a hearty laugh at the scene. Then Nobbel threw it back into the ocean. They went on to fish in other waters, but never quite felt the same after that one catch. That is not the story I told you. Boo! Boo! My story was great, Elder Paw.
Young one.
Damn right, that story was boring.
May my wares be useful to you.
They changed my story, Pelidach. What the hell, man? Oh my god, it's a wipe. Alright, bring out the steamy romance novels. Oh, do you all have any offerings? Hang on. There we go.
As the tales go, if old Penoliac's spirit returns to us restless, we will carve a stone statue for it to rest within.
These shoulders have come from, oh god, what was it? The Assault Dungeon? They're not the Dragon Racing ones. I haven't done much with the Dragon Racing quite yet. I mean, maybe Vexica. And Diligent Goo, thank you so much for using your gifted subbies here.
Whoa,
Enjoy your path.
You?
Unlock the community feast.
Wanna fly kites, leader?
Bye. See you in Iskaara. She doesn't like your story, so she changed it. It's bullpoo. My story was amazing.
Chief Penoliac was a great fighter. He once took a blow from a charging Bruffalon for me. That would have killed a lesser man.
but not the chieftain. Oh, what a man. Noru.
Well, hello.
Hello. Well, I prefer the topic of Knolls. If you want to discuss the different forms I studied, the dragons such as your companion can take, I'm the Tuskarr for you. Ah, snap.
Do
okay.
come see me again.
And...
What do you have to trade?
I specialize in armor for your wrists and your shoulders. Okay. Cool. So yeah, once we get renown, we can buy stuff here. But as far as I'm aware, it's either catch-up gear or not better than crafting gear, for example.
That's old Polo's favorite tea. Hopefully, he shares some with Karkut on the journey.
Aww.
Oh, such an unusual visitor.
Let's get cooking.
Don't forget to take some soup for the journey.
Eat some soup. Whoa. Cutscene. That was unexpected, but appreciative. Killing a creature in Dragon Isles will grant you and nearby players spirit of sharing, gain versatility, and heals for max health. Ah, very cool. And junk pile. I am thrilled to hear that. Over the fucking moon. My absolute pleasure. We monster hunting now.
Welcome. Welcome.
Find Raui. You were the one that came back with the others from Brackenhide. You probably know what happened to Katika. Her son Raui's been distraught ever since. I think he ran off.
Keep the balance preserved.
Yeah, the soup can be different levels. Yeah, it depends on how people, how many contribute to it, I think, and how well they do. And you can have different levels of it.
Perhaps you have a use for these things.
Mount supplier? What?
Let's trade again soon.
I have plenty to offer.
Ah, here we go. Some of the Otoks have taken a shine. I want you to have Otoks, but only after, you know, companions.
I'll have more for you when next we meet.
Okay. You find Paladin a cool class, hate is 0 mobility. I mean, we got our horse, but it's not massive, I suppose. But we got our horse.
Chieftain Poloniac carved that for my son, Nomurok. My son fell in Brackenhide, so it seems only right this should return to the sea with its maker.
I fucking hate the dragon roar so much. But there's nothing I can do.
A stranger? Here?
Maybe install like an add-on that filters sound effects, I suppose, but yeah.
Now I have a story to tell.
Oh god, you got a Dragfree helping you out.
May your steps be sure and your catch secure.
Iristamat and I explored our way over here. The Tuskarr have been hospitable. I was just asking about how they appraise the value of their fish, and Lukuturuk have finally said something like, if you're ever gonna keep sticking your snout all over the place, you may as well help out. I think he was grumpy. Do you think he's grumpy? Regardless, it's been fascinating to watch them work. I wonder how they do not get sick of so much fish.
That will be all.
You can take another dragon. Nah, but it's other people. It's other people that make the noise. Right.
Our paths shall cross again.
Fish up Seamus from the ocean, and you get some reputation.
Be careful out there.
Nookie news! You look well traveled. My cousin's catching some stuff and some strange folk have set up camp.
I await your return with pleasure.
Oh, to trader. What's happening here? Are we fishing? Recipe supplier.
I have many things that might interest you.
I mean, it's nice that you send me around the camp, but I ain't remembering all of your vendors. You know what I'll do? I'll look at what I want, and then I'll Google it. That's how this is gonna go. Place some offerings.
Thank you, traveler. We should be just about done here. Could you tell Brenna?
Will do. Look at Kalecg having himself a Harvey meal. Good job, Kalecg. You need
a new
it.
face.
Here you go. Havoc! Thank you very much for subscribing.
I'll pass your story along.
Welcome, welcome. Is it nice, Kalecgos?
I stand with you.
Well now, you're certainly different.
Your friend is very inquisitive. Does he ever take a moment to relax?
I'm glad we met, friend.
Ooh, damn, Oily. They triple paying you, though, yeah? I've learned what I needed from my new friends. The funeral ceremony for the former chieftain is about to start. Given how kind and hospitable they have been, it seems only right we join them before departing back to the archives.
Fair skies and strong winds.
It's always good to... We were hoping you would join us, friends. A chieftain's return to the sea is a celebration for all.
If you don't mind me asking, how did he pass? Was it the Knolls?
Oh no, Kalecgos. It was simply his time. Pinoliak was a stubborn old coot, but even he had to succumb to age eventually. Not all deaths are violent, dear friend.
To be honest, I can't remember a time when they weren't.
Aww. This is beautifully done, though. Must admit. Howdy, Melzy. You'll fix it tomorrow? Alright. Problems for tomorrow's Oily. Today's Oily gets to play.
Go ahead, friend. You can have the honor of pushing his boat out to sea. For your help protecting Iskaara.
Hell yeah.
Until next we meet.
A fair trade and a fond farewell to you.
Let's
Make yourself at home. It's good to slow down. How may I help you?
The day just became more interesting.
Okay, so you don't actually have different dialogue. Alrighty.
Who might you be?
Friendly nod. Here we go.
Don't forget to take some soup.
In the arms of
You
an
treasured us
angel.
all. May the seas find you as worthy as we do.
Oh no, he's hot. Oh, we're doing Moana, yeah? Praise the shark, Loa!
Thrall himself has chosen Pinoliak. What a life!
What a life.
Forgive me. I don't understand. How can you find such joy in the passing of family?
It is not that we are not sad for his passing, Kalec, but in celebrating his life, he shall remain with us forever.
No.
What better way to strengthen the bonds of the family that remains than celebrating all who came before?
I wonder if we could connect this to the story of the Blue Dragonflight.
Let us hear your story.
That was cute. And I even remembered that there was a shark, Loa, that just devoured the Tuskarr. Very nice.
You must be new around here.
Kalecgos looks distant.
Good luck.
There it is. The bonds of this community, the friendship and family they share. I never had that. The Blue Dragonflight never had that. And maybe that's because we haven't had a chance to. But now is the time. I must get it, my king.
Fly true.
You're leaving. The celebration has only just begun.
Thank you, Brenna. And everyone. I have learned more than I imagined in my short time in your company. Despite tragedy, You all remain kind and resolute because of your community, because of family. The power the Blue Dragonflight is missing is not ley lines or ancient artifacts. It's family.
I must go to them. But if you ever have need of me, simply call. I will hear you, and I'll come as swiftly as my wings can carry me. It is time for the Blue Dragons to once more be the guardians of this land.
Whoa, he's a dragon.
I see. Huh. You could have said something about being a dragon from the beginning. Seems an important detail to leave out. Well, you'd best be back anytime you need a good meal. There will always be a warm bowl of soup for you here, Kalecgos.
I look forward to it. Take care, Brenna, Noruk, everyone.
Why didn't he mention being a dragon? Because I've yet to meet a dragon
And
that
you,
didn't
of
have a
course,
flair
my
for the
friend.
dramatic.
I cannot thank you enough. I hope you will make yourself at home and know that you always have a family in Iskaara.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I guess they believe in Aloha. I mean, I don't know if they define it as Aloha per se, but I mean, if your corpses literally get eaten by a ghostly shark, I'm gonna assume that you got to start believing something, right? But it's well cute. This is well cute.